Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. 7:09, Friday, July 29th, 75 degrees, getting up to 80 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio. Streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. We are now joined in studio by one of the 5 best-dressed people in all of Ocean County. That is Mark Wilson, right? He is from Ocean County College Performing Arts Center, artistic director, right? Creative director. What is it? What are you?
Cultural Affairs Director.
Cultural Affairs Director. Darn, I never get it right. Cultural Affairs Director for Ocean County College. And, you know, I say that, good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I say that you're one of the 5 best-dressed guys. So I just want to, in fairness, Ken Malgier also in the top 5. I just want to make sure I get that out there because I can't name the other 3 off the top of my head. But you guys are, you wear, you have the amazing ability, and it's not today because it's going to be 80 degrees today, but you have the amazing ability to do that thing with like the sweater or the sweater around your neck and carry that off. And I wish I could do that. I so wish I could do that. Really is amazing. Were you always a good? I mean, was that always an important thing to you? Was style always important to you?
You know, growing up in Iowa.
Yes.
You know, the only thing we had to dress with was like cows and corn. So
right,
we had to make our own clothes.
Is that what you did? So you always made super stylish clothes.
Exactly.
Right? I'll tell you what. When the term "growing up in Iowa" comes out of your mouth, all I think of is the Steve Martin movie The Jerk, right? Which is, and I think you know the line I'm talking about when he says, growing up as a young black man or something like that, and which of course it was Steve Martin. So anyway, you're here to talk because it is one of our most favoritist times of the year, right, where we roll out the new schedule for the Arts Center. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? Give us the high level, right, of what you're trying to do when you're putting together the schedule.
Well, I think one of the great things we have for this upcoming season is that we were able to bring in a wide variety of programming to reach all ages and all levels of people. And one of the groups I was really excited about was bringing back Home Free as one of the groups that was the country a cappella group that we brought in February. And that show sold out so fast that we said, you know what, we need to bring you guys back. And so we're having them come back to their holiday show. And we decided to actually do 2 shows with them. And so we actually brought in a lot more family-friendly programming. And we also brought a lot more family programming also. As one of the things we wanted to do is give those people who wanted to go out with their kids and also folks who wanted to see things that are just different and also just kind of entertaining.
Right. Now, Home Free was fantastic. Right, so when I saw them at the center last year, they were so good. I never thought that I would hear the thong song played at OCC, but there it was in all its glory.
And they were doing it, wasn't it? It was great. People wanted to dance with them too.
Yeah, they were doing like a country a cappella version of Cisco, which was fantastic. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So Home Free back for 2 days. So give me like a flavor, like how have you felt? You've been doing this now for how long? This is your 3rd year,
yeah.
But your 2nd season that you've kind of put together. What have you learned? Like how have you grown in what you're doing here?
I think one of the things that I've learned a lot over the past couple of years is actually starting to get more feedback from people, listening to people, and I think that's the most important part. Because this Performing Arts Center is for the community, for our students, and we want their feedback. And they're telling us things that they want to hear, things they want to see. They're emailing us, they're joining our Facebook and telling us things that they love. And we saw like last year when we had 9 sold out shows compared to the year before. We only had 3 sold out shows. So we're really bringing those things that we know are touching the people here in Ocean County. And country music itself is one of the things that people said they'd love to see.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to bring the folks from Home Free back. And talking with their manager, he said, we're going to come back here because the people here in Ocean County were great. They're warm. They enjoyed it. And we have folks who came from New York City, people who came from Hartford, Connecticut, people who came from Baltimore. And we started seeing all these people come in here and seeing Ocean County itself and actually shopping in our restaurants, staying in hotels. And we thought this is actually one of those groups we wanted to do that for, too, to kind of highlight what we have to do here in Ocean County.
Right. And so what you did, I think what you really introduced in a big way last year was starting to partner with restaurants and offer some dinner packages and things like that, which was a pretty successful program, right?
Yeah, and it's the things that we wanted to continue to do, and we're expanding that program a lot more this year, too. So we have like Prime 13 and Canetta's who's going to be helping. And then we have Tuscan House, and we added another new restaurant, Sweeney's, on off of in Brick.
There in Brick Boulevard.
Yeah, that Irish place. And so like the Sweeney's is actually one of those things I think is great because we have this great Irish programming that we have coming up this year. And so they were like, we want to be a part of that Irish programming. And we've been doing a lot more Irish stuff here in the area, too.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? Do we want to go do we want to kind of look at the highlights of each month as we go? Because there are so many things that I want to talk about here, right? So, all right, let's do it this way. Let's kind of peel back the onion, right? Let's start with high level. What are the 3 shows that you're like, these are like the big ones? These are the ones that are going to be like eye poppers.
I can tell you right now, like Patti LuPone, we've been selling tickets for her already, October 1st. And so when people come see her, please don't turn your cell phone on, please. I don't want her to come out in the audience and snatch it.
That doesn't go well, right? Right.
Arlo Guthrie is going to be here also in November. So that's one of those artists that it's like one of those once in a lifetime to come see him perform. And then Roseanne Cash is going to be performing here in April. And I already have people already saying, let me know when her tickets are going to be on sale. They're so excited to actually see her perform live too. So I think those are going to be some like the big highlighted artists outside of like Home Free too.
Right. And so Tom Wopat. Now let me make sure that we get this right here. Zach.
Yes.
Do you remember the original Dukes of Hazzard? Did you ever see those in replay?
Yeah, I've seen them in replay.
Okay.
Of course.
So do you remember so there were the 2 guys, the 2 Duke brothers, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was
Bo Duke.
And Luke
Duke.
Bo and Luke Duke.
All right, you're more into it than I am.
So
All
Bo
right,
was
here we go.
Bo was the big blonde-headed guy.
Okay.
And Luke was the dark-haired guy, right?
Yep.
Right.
And don't forget it, Daisy Dukes.
Well, we listen, I don't want to talk. We're going to take this a whole different direction if we go down the Daisy Duke, the whole Daisy Duke thing, all right? By the way, just so we know, we just had the Monmouth County SPCA in here. I've only owned 1 dog in my life, right? I've had 1 animal in my whole life, and it was a dog. And that was when I was like 22, 23 years old. And that dog's name was Flash. I'm just letting you know. So Flash was the name of Roscoe Coltrane's dog. Roscoe P. Coltrane was the sheriff. Sheriff in the Dukes of Hazzard. He worked for Boss Hogg, of course. But anyway, what I'm getting at in my long-winded way here is that Tom Wopat was Luke Duke. That's right. And now he's going to be performing with
Linda Pearl from Happy Days.
With Linda Pearl from Happy Days.
I see the connection.
Yeah, December 16th, 2000. Mark it down, Zach. I don't know what you got going on December 16th, but you're going to be at the Arts Center, the Jay and Linda Grunin Performing Arts Center at Ocean County College, December 16th, where you could see Luke Duke and Linda Pearl.
It's in my calendar.
All right, cool. We have so many other interesting programs that I want to get to, right? So we're going to talk about that when we get back. We are with Mark Wilson, Cultural Affairs Director, Ocean County College. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Back after this.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin here with Cultural Affairs Director of Ocean County College, Mark Wilson. And, I want to talk for 1 second. I think it's important that we talk about why your title is what it is because, I think people lose sight of the fact that this is a college. Right. And so what you do is not only put on great shows at the Arts Center, but you also are always working on how you can bring like synergies between what's being taught, right, and what's like on the academic curriculum and how you can tie it to what's on the stage. Correct? You want to talk for a second about that?
And what we do is we bring in artists who are going to connect with either our students or the community. So a lot of these artists will do master classes and workshops and lectures for our students. One of the examples, we have the Sierra Leone Refugee All-Stars, and they're going to do some workshops with the Cultural and Heritage Commission. They're going to bring some students from the middle schools in Lakewood to work with these performers, and also work with our jazz band. We have one of the ladies, Amel Mathouli. She's a Tunisian singer-songwriter. She sang at the Nobel Peace Prize, and she's going to do a lecture for our students talking about growing up in Tunisia, and how her song helped as an anthem for the Arab Spring. And so these are people who are going to be connecting with our students, sharing their stories, giving them information, education, talking about what's going on around the world. And so that's one of the things that I love, that connection that they're going to do. The King singers we have coming, they're going to be doing a master class with the students at Central Regional and also Southern Regional high schools. They're going to come. These students are going to get a chance to work with a world-class group to actually help enhance themselves too. So I think that's one of the great things that we do, because we are part of Ocean County College. We are a community college. We reach out to the community to help educate the community too, and we want to bring in these world-class artists to do that too.
Very cool. All right, let's go through a couple of these, because some of these, as soon as I looked at it, it kind of piqued my interest, and so I want you to kind of speak to it a little bit. All right. First, something you have to explain to me, because the title's interesting and I don't understand it. But I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Dog Sees God: Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead. What is that?
Oh, that's actually one of our shows for the school.
Okay.
That's the Repertory Theater run by Paul Chalicane. So he's bringing some wonderful programming that's going to connect to both the community and also for our students to really help push their education too. So this is going to be one of our shows that's going to be student run.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, let's move along. What is Pinkalicious, the musical?
Oh, so for all those who have that, like myself, I have a young daughter, and there's the book Pinkalicious. It's just a book, and so for young girls who first learn how to read, and one of the books is Pinkalicious. It's about a girl who, as it's rainy like today,
right,
and her mother's like, let's make some cupcakes,
right,
and then they make some cupcakes, and she eats all the cupcakes. She turns pink.
Oh my God!
And then all of a sudden, she loves her pink color. Her mother freaks out. Says, "We're going to the doctor." Doctor says, "Eat some green vegetables." And she's like, "No way! I'm not eating green vegetables." And so then she eats more cupcakes. She turns red. She freaks out.
Right.
And then she's like, "All right, I better eat my green vegetables." And then she goes normal. And then her mother's like, "Where's the rest of the cupcakes?" And her brother comes and says, "Hey, look, I'm pink." And so there's actually now this musical called Pinkalicious. So we're going to actually bring this musical Pinkalicious.
That's cool. All right, cool. Wow, even the way you explained that, it got me all excited about it. I'm like, I want to see Pinkalicious.
You want some pink cupcakes too?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's, that sounds great. All right, let's move along. Let's switch gears a little bit, because the next one, probably not as much for the kids. So this is Les Zeppelin. Les, L-E-Z. So what is this?
I mean, isn't that awesome? It's an all-woman tribute to Led Zeppelin.
Really?
So if you love women and if you love rock and roll, come on down.
If you love women and you love rock and roll, come on, let me mark that date down. November 4th. Got it. Okay. All right. That's Les Zeppelin. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then I would say the lead guitar player is going to come, and actually earlier in the day she's going to do a lecture with some of our students talking about her career.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Culinary Adventures featuring Marianne Esposito and Joe Leone.
Isn't that great?
Is that the Joe Leone? Like from Joe Leone's?
That's right.
Okay. And what are we doing there?
They're going to do a cooking show. We're going to have our first cooking show at the college. So you're going to be able to see Marianne and Joe actually cook on stage. We're going to have our television students are going to be filming as they're going on, so you can see it on a large screen. And so instead of going and seeing like cooking show on TV, it's going to be live in the theater. And we're going to also have other restaurants of Ocean County there to actually give people samplings too. So you're going to be able to see people cooking on stage. You're going to smell the food, eat the food, and also have some samples while you're there too. Isn't that great? So if you love food, come on down.
Oh my God! So it feels like I have to be at the center all the time now, because so far you've said if I love women and rock and roll, I have to come see this show, and if I love food, I have to come see this other show. Well, obviously we know where I stand on those issues. So there we go. All right. I have a lot more to cover because we haven't even gotten to the new calendar year, right? And so there's shows coming up in the new year that I want to talk about. But we have to take a break. We have to listen to the Hometown View, Kevin Williams. We are here. Mark Wilson, Cultural Affairs Director, Ocean County College. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Listen up to Kevin Williams and the news, and then we'll be back. Hang out.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. We are here. It is now 7:37, Friday, July 29, 75 degrees. Get up to 80 today. WOBM AM 1160, 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the radio pop app, WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. Don't forget it's going to rain, so wear your galoshes. Okay, moving right along. We are here with Mark Wilson, Cultural Affairs Director, Ocean County College. So I have a couple more questions to ask you. One Man Lord of the Rings, January 26th. Really?
Yes, come on. I mean, for those who read the books and seen the movies, you want to see this. This is 75 minutes, and it's going to be one man playing all the parts, going through the trilogy, going through all three movies, fast pace, changing
awesome.
voices. Come on, that's like some guy who's like crazy having like voices coming out of his mouth.
Right. My wife would probably say that sounds more interesting than the actual Lord of the Rings, because she was like, she did not love that series. So,
is that so? If you want to sit through 10 hours of that, or
no,
75 minutes.
No, you can do it in 75 minutes.
Exactly.
That's a Reader's Digest. That's exactly how I got through high school. All right, moving along. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones?
Yes, Game of Thrones. So for those who love Game of Thrones, this is actually a parody of that. This has been playing in London for over the last couple of years, and their U.S. debut is going to be here on the East Coast, and they're coming to Ocean County.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that great?
That is great. So that's April 5th, and go ahead, a few days later.
Hey, guess what? And I want to make a special announcement. We're going to have Sing Along Grease with a special guest host, because this is like Rocky Horror Picture, right? So you have to have this special energetic host teaching people how to do the moves, and up there doing all the moves and shaking it up. And so our special guest for the Sing Along Grease is, drum roll please, Jeremy Grunin.
Well, now you didn't tell me I had to do the moves in her, because there's nobody's confusing me with John Travolta. I'm just letting you know. There's not even a little bit. I don't have to dance, do I?
You have to dance.
No. You didn't. That wasn't how it was sold to me. It wasn't sold. The whole energy thing was like, I'm okay with that, but the whole dancing thing, not so much.
You're gonna be up on the stage and actually doing all the moves, and then dun 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 dun.
Oh, stop! Oh my God. Okay. As long as I get Olivia Newton-John up there with me, and not today's Olivia Newton-John. I'm just letting you know.
We'll find someone to be your Olivia.
Okay. You need to find. Can you do that seriously? Oh, okay. I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. So let's move along. All right. It's that time, Mark Wilson. We're gonna give you the magic wand, the pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability to wiggle your nose and make an impact on the world. Mark, if you had the opportunity to just do that, what would you do?
I would let everyone know that going to arts and culture and theater would be actually a wonderful experience. And I would make sure that everyone has the opportunity to do that. And so I think one of the things that people can understand is that going to the theater is an opportunity for your people to see the way we express ourselves as humans. And I think if everyone gets a chance to actually see that and enjoy that, I think you'll have that wonderful opportunity to see what we have as the human beings.
Right. And I think this is when I look at this calendar, this really is the most accessible calendar I've ever seen, certainly here. As far as there's really something for everyone.
There is.
Right? You don't have to be an arts and culture person to pick out something and go wow, I want to see, Game of Thrones, that kind of thing. Or I want to see Lord of the Rings, or I want to see, a culinary deal. I mean, there's so many different options here. So, Mark, where can folks go if they want to see the whole schedule and kind of get tickets and start cracking on their Arts Center experience?
I'll go to GruninCenter.org, GruninCenter.org, and you can actually see our website. And right there, if you click on the homepage or click on 2016-17, you'll see the whole season right there. And also there's a online brochure there too. You can also call 732-255-0500, And that's where you can get tickets and also join our mailing list. You can also go to see us on our Facebook page and like our Facebook page. That's the Grunin Center on Facebook.
Awesome. And again, Mark Wilson, Cultural Affairs Director, Ocean County College, one of the 5 best-dressed men in Ocean County. I'm telling you, I'm going to put a list together. Kenny Malagier's on it too. Okay, but those are 2 of the top 5. The other 3 will be revealed at a later date. Mark, thanks for spending some time with us this morning and doing such a great job at the center.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Cool. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin back after this.